I think it's so important to celebrate 50 years of women's basketball at St. Joe's, 50 years of Title IX.
It started the first fall when we admitted women after we went co-ed. When we went co-ed, Jack McKinney said to Jim one day, we need to start this. So Charlie started as a club, and then Father Blee became the athletic director, and it was now time to start the varsity sport. So he told me he didn't know where to go. So he asked people, who should I call? And they said, this woman named Ellen Ryan.
We first came in as just being on that club team. I have this vision of, just seeing something hanging on. Oh, do you want to sign up for basketball?
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea what was going on, but sure, we'll keep playing.
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't expect to be doing that
That's
here.
right.
But
We had dinner with Teresa in the summer, and she was telling us how she got hired.
I went in for an interview with Father Michael Blee, got the job. He said, your team is waiting. And I'm dressed in a skirt and suit and heels and the whole thing, and I'm going to run my first practice. Never thought twice about it and ran practice.
And there he went and got the most famous women's athlete in the area to coach us.
They were wonderful, first-class women. They're a tribute to St. Joe's. They built a magnificent foundation that would allow those that came after us to really succeed.
We just had a great group of girls, great group of players, and it evolved each year, I guess, where by our sophomore, junior year, we were kind of a little bit on the national stage as far as how we were doing.
But after Teresa, I came as Teresa was leaving, then the same, where do you go look for a coach? There weren't many, and Reedy Portland came in after Teresa.
And then Reedy Portland came in, and I learned about discipline and focus and how to go after your goals and never be satisfied when you didn't get as far as you could have or when you didn't reach your potential.
As a player at St. Joe's, I found myself to be very competitive. I felt I lived out the Hawk will never die attitude.
Renee Dunn at the time, which her name is Renee Shields, who works at St. Joe's now, she's 4 years older than me, and she was the point guard there. And I got the opportunity one time to play with her, and she was awesome. I wanted to be just like her. She told me I had to calm down a little bit if I was going to be good on the floor. So she was awesome. And I to this day, we're friends. I mean, I know Renee, but it was just a family atmosphere. I loved the school, and it was a perfect fit for me.
I think of Debbie Black, I have to admit, gritty, willing to dive on the floor for every loose ball. Always putting your team first, and once you step between that line, giving it your all.
We are known for being just hard workers at St. Joe's and gritty, and we earn everything we get.
The one characteristics is that they're always gritty, they're always very determined, and they never give up. They're always competing.
It was always like that. It was never any fluff or pomp and circumstance. It was always real. It was like real Philly.
Gritty, tough mentality. A player who's going to dive on the floor after loose balls, who's a player who's not going to back down from anybody.
Being a Hawk was just like a huge part of my life in that 4-year period that I didn't want it to end.
You don't go down without a fight. We're going to do everything we can in our power to get to our goals, whatever they may be.
And then Jim Foster came, and then he brought in Muffet McGraw, who was just finishing, graduate assistant, to stay and get into coaching.
St. Joseph's called me, and I talked to Don and Ellen Ryan, and after spending some time with them, why wouldn't you want to be at St. Joe's?
I had good people with me. They cared about me enough to care about how I felt, but also cared enough to push me to be who I am and who I became.
One thing Coach Foster really taught us was to enjoy the journey, not just put the joy all on whether or not you won the game, but make sure that you had fun, that you competed, and that you experience things along the way.
The Hawk will never die is such a great motto to have. It was great as a player, but it's even better in life.
The Hawk will never die is however deep you are in life, or however bad your situation is, we always keep going.
Even when times are tough, to keep going, whether that's in your career or personal life, just not to give up and to keep doing what you're supposed to do and push forward.
I'm tough. I'm a Hawk. I want to run Philly, own Philly. When it comes to my sport,
you're just consistent. You're very persistent. You keep going. You keep going forward. You just find a way.
When you're on the court, when you're in that moment, in that 40 minutes of the game, you're never counted out.
The Hawk will never die, meaning we're all going to work together to get to our goal.
The pride in your school, but more the camaraderie with your team. I'm sure there is you want to play for your school, but I think it's more you want to play for your team.
I watched this team this year. One of the things I really like about this team is they seem to be very together.
Our kids know what it means to throw on that jersey every single day. They know what they represent. The previous women that have come through here, having a head coach that's been here for 20 plus years that wore that uniform too, it means a lot. Pride, passion, purpose, every single day.
And the program is known for a lot of winning success. Celebrating 50 years of women's basketball here at St. Joe's is phenomenal.
I have a granddaughter who's 9. I cannot wait for her to play. She's already playing club and all that, but the future is there for her.
Cindy's been there half of that time. I think she's going on 23, 24 years. That's remarkable. She's been there half of this program's history. So I'm just so proud to be a Hawk.
It's a successful program, one that recruits want to come to. It's one that student athletes want to come back and visit. The alums are engaged.
I feel very lucky to have been part of it. I feel very lucky to still be able to live in close proximity and be able to, take my daughter to games, to see it for herself. And I think that's, a great tradition that will kind of continue.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of ladies on this video. How many people love this program, love Cindy. A lot of people had her as their head coach. So just everything that St. Joe's offered too, for me personally, was huge. Academics, all the friends that I've made, the growth that I got from all the coaches on staff.
The only word I can feel is love and family, and that's the only reason why I think the program has been so successful.
Just wanted to say congratulations on 50 years of amazing basketball, and here's to another 50.
It's great that they're celebrating 50 years, and I wish I was there to see it for myself, but I'll definitely be at a game in the future.
50 years ago, we were just starting, and now look where we've taken it, and what can we do in the next 50?
50 years of women's basketball at St. Joe's, 50 years of Title IX, 50 years since women have been given the opportunity just to go to college.
By the time you're leaving St. Joe's, you don't have a question of who you are. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses.
I'm proud to have been a part of it, but we weren't doing it for this generation. We were doing it because we loved it. Right.
St. Joe's provided me with the avenue to have a degree which I needed, and I got to just thank my teammates. I thank the faculty. The faculty were great with me.
With this 50th anniversary, big number, huge tradition of women's basketball here, and they just look like a team that you want to be around, just good players, but just good people.
We have a good thing going here, and it's all because of the people that have come before us, and we're so thankful for that.
Wish the present team all the very, very best, and Cindy and her staff the very, very best, and really see a great, great team in Philadelphia again. I would like to see that.
I'm very thankful and blessed to have had the opportunity to play there, and I'm very happy that I chose St. Joe's University.